Hello, welcome back to Rexy's Restoration. I had to say that. Anyway, yeah, I primed this car yesterday and now I'm blocking it down. Reason why we block down the surface, the primer and everything to get the uneven surfaces all level, and it makes a big difference on the end product when I go to paint it and everything. And I'll show you a little bit about it here. Here's the car. So I don't know if you noticed that it's a great primer I put on this, but I did, it's got black streaks on it right now. What I do is I spray some rattle can. This is satin black here, and I'll just mist it on the primer, and it's called a guide coat. Basically what that does is when you start to sand it, you can tell if you're getting down far enough, sanding down deep enough, and it will show your high and low spots and make sure that you get all the low spots. And, you know, little defects, you know, like scratches or little blemishes, you know, you'll be able to sand them out. So I'm going to block this whole car down. Well, it's not the whole car because it's a convertible, so I won't have to do the top. I already got the hood and the deck lid and that rear quarter over here. I'll show you some of the tools I use for this right now. One of my main tools here is this Durablock. It's a 10-inch Durablock. I got 150 grit sandpaper on it. I got a little handheld sanding block, and it's like a 14-inch body file. It's hard to see. But, and I also have these little pads here. They're curved, so you can get into those curves and edges, you know, like this curve here. And I also have this little rubber hose that I managed to wrap some paper around, and it works pretty good for tighter curves in the body lines. You know, I mean, if you don't have any of these tools and everything, if you want to block out a car real good, you can always take like a chunk of wood, like a 2x4, and you know, adhere sandpaper to that and everything. But you know, if you want a high quality finish, you gotta block it with these old cars, because you know, years and years of little dents and dings, you know, and people repaired it before, and sometimes they don't really repair it all that well. And the last paint job that was on this, it wasn't blocked out. I mean, the paint job was okay and everything, but you know, you look down the side of it, you know, before, and you know, you could see little waves, you know. But if you block it, you won't have those waves. It'll be straight, and well, you'll see that when it's done and everything. I still got a ways to go, but I'll show you how I'll block sand and everything. I'll use my Durablock. I'm going to try and do this by hand, with one hand, but I will kind of wish I had my tripod with me. I'm going to see, I've got a horizontal with the panel. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to go horizontally with it. I'm going to not upside down. I'm going to do a cross cut. I'm going to go diagonally across, just like that. It's hard to see. I wish I had somebody to hold it, but everybody else is busy right at the moment. You go crossways like this, and then I'll go the other direction and cross it again, which is called cross-cutting. Some other people have other names for it, but I've always called it cross-cutting. That's really how I was told it was called and everything. That way it levels it out in different directions. If this was a flat panel, I would go multi-directions. But this panel here, obviously, it's got a slight curve to it, you know. So I will cross-cut that, block it all down, fix all the little blemishes. I'll probably have to put some putty on certain areas. Like this area here, I found that's a low spot right there. I will have to bang that out from the inside, lay some putty on it, fill it up a little bit. Not very much. It's pretty shallow, so it won't take that much. And yeah, get that all sanded off and get this whole car sanded and prime it one more time, and then I will do the final final sanding with probably a 320 grit. It seems to be working okay, either that or 400 grit. And yeah, and then put a base coat, clear coat. This is going to be a desert tan. This guy wants everything back original, and he's got a lot of brand new parts, original parts, even right down to the original stickers that are on the doors and everything. So he's had this car for quite a while, and it's always been garage kept, so it was in relatively good shape. Had a few minor rust holes, you know. I cut out the rust and re-welded the new sheet metal in there. But other than that, this car is gravy. It's going smooth, and we'll keep in touch.